Hi, everybody. Can you hear me, Ebony? I can't hear you. No, I still got nothing. Nothing yet. Sorry, folks, we're just having some technical difficulties. We really can't hear anything. Now Ebony's on the phone. Ebony, can you hear us? Are you coming through? I can't hear you. Well, folks, Ebony, if not, I can just do some quick banter here. Matt, can you hear me? Can you hear us? Are you coming here, Matt?
Hey, Tommy, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. We have connection. But
hey, Tommy, 2020, how about that?
Oh my gosh. Well, maybe we'll just, you and I, welcome everybody to this 2020 United Way celebration. How about that?
Hello, fellas.
Oh, hi, Ebony.
Boom.
Ebony's joined us.
Great. Thanks for joining us, Ebony.
Hey, no problem. We're going to have a little change in script, but that's okay. We're going to pivot and roll with it.
That's right. That's right. This is 2020, folks. I am your United Way Board President. My name is Tommy Source, and I've had the pleasure all year of working with these lovely people, Ebony Barrett Kennedy and Matt Metzger. Ebony, perhaps you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Can you repeat that once? Sorry.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do at the United Way?
Oh, hey, Tommy. Yes, I can tell you that. I'm the Director of Marketing Engagement. We have been trying to make this shift in 2020 to do some things virtually, and it's been a challenge, but I'm glad that we can get on here and chat today and hopefully have a good time during the victory celebration. So I'm going to tell all of our fans and friends and our corporate sponsors, all you folks that are out there, thank y'all so much for joining us today. We appreciate your patience. We're going to ask you to hang tight, and we'll see how this goes.
Awesome. Ebony, thanks so much. Director of Engagement, So engagement really looks a little different this year, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it looks quite a bit different. We've had to come up with some creative solutions, coming up with ideas for virtual events, trying to get people together in smaller groups. It's really made a difference in terms of, just it's different than what we're accustomed to. But the cool thing is that we've had to innovate, and some of those innovations are going to stick with us for the long term. And I guarantee you that at some point in time, we're going to perfect this live stream thing.
I love it. I love that idea. And, you are the expert in these live events, and you're the one really that writes the script, and you always do such a great job at preparing us. Sometimes we do have to pivot and shift, but maybe it's about that time that we thank those in our community that have partnered with us this year. How about that?
Absolutely. And that's going to be a lot different than how we normally do it. Normally at this time, we'd ask folks in the room to stand up or wave their hand and say hello to us. But since it's just a small crew of us here live in the studio, and Tommy, you're there at home, we're going to ask all you folks at home to participate too. So if you hear a group that you are a member of called out, then just go ahead. If you're on our Facebook page, you're in the interactive section, so lucky you. If you are watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on our website, you may not be able to comment, but you can throw a party at home anyway and wave like we can see you. And so, yeah, just put in the comments what your role is with United Way, anything that you want to share about what's been exciting for you over the next few years. And we'll be sure to pop some of those comments up as we move along. So, Tommy, do you have some folks you might want to recognize today?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. I definitely want to thank our United Way Board of Directors. First, because they put up with my antics and craziness and, my ideas here. But really, big shout out to you guys, and a big shout out to Sam Newton, our previous president, for always encouraging me with his messages and enthusiastic support. So please give yourselves a big round of applause, and thank you.
So if you are a member of our board of directors and you're checking in right now, be sure to hit us up in our comments. Also, for those of you that are on our Facebook page for the very first time, do not forget to go up there and smash that like button. My 13-year-old son said to make sure that I said that because he's a media mogul now. So smash that like button so that you get all updates about United Way. Who else do we have on deck here, Tommy?
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our committee members. This year, they were so special. You know how awesome they were in rising up to the challenge of continuously reviewing applications for our emergency COVID crisis fund and helping us find the best investments to address those critical needs in our community. They really did an amazing job this year. They deserve our recognition too, Ebony.
Agreed. So again, if you fall into that category, show us that you're here and watching.
Another set of people that I really want to recognize is our agency directors. We owe them our gratitude for such dedicated work, and the value that they bring to our community is just immense and immeasurable. So thank you, agency directors. Please give yourself a little party on our behalf.
If I had some music, I would be dancing to it, but this goes out to you, agency directors.
Absolutely. Hey, Ebony, we should also recognize a group of people that know the value of giving. And this is really a very special group of people. These are United Way volunteers who contribute to programs like Read to Succeed and VITA. And they're out there day in and day out helping people in our community. And really, I want to pay our respects to them as well and thank them for their hours and hours of volunteer work. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. We also have a lot of volunteers that engage with our affinity groups. So if you're a member of Women United, or if you're a member of Emerging Leaders and you're out there watching today, be sure to let us know that you're out here. And if you have some friends that aren't quite joining the live feed yet, hit them up, share the video.
So Ebony, this is a live feed. I'm sure this is, something that we do with a big pleasure and with all our hearts, but we should really acknowledge some of the community sponsors who make this event possible, should we not?
Oh, yeah. So that's the thing about all these awesome events that we put on, whether they're in person or they're virtual. It's not possible for us to get it done without the help of some corporate sponsors. And first off, I want to give a shout out to my buddy, Patrick, Friday, Kofi, Austin, all of those names. You can call him all those names. But from Mojo Marketing, they have given us a significant contribution this year that's helping us enter into this live streaming world. And it's been an invaluable gift to us this year. And it's the way that we were able to engage with you all this year. So big up to them. We also had sponsorships from Duke Energy, from Caterpillar, Newhoff Media, and Avonic, who's all of them have been tremendous friends to us throughout the year. And that's what's able to help us celebrate with you all without taking money out of the campaign that will go to help those in the community and help keep those agencies moving. In addition to that, we have another special thank you. This is not a corporate sponsor, but I mean, Who doesn't love Purdue University other than maybe Joe Harrison? Just kidding. You'll hear more about that later. But we've had a great partnership with Purdue University and the College of Liberal Arts. And over this summer and this fall, in order for us to really get into this virtual space and have additional content created, we had a number of interns. So I'm just going to quickly say hello to all the interns. I'm going to face the camera and say that. So I'm going to say hi to Luke, Anne Marie, Anna, Maddie, Meredith, Jade, Victoria, Lindsay, Jade, and Connor, Jenna, Sophie, Eliza, and our wonderful marketing and engagement volunteer, Don Boyd. You guys really stepped up and helped us out a lot, and we cannot say how much we appreciate you, and we wish you good luck in your future.
Fantastic group of people, fantastic sponsors. You know, Ebony, we had a sneak peek before of this very special person I want to introduce, who's really the man of the hour here. And, you know, he's a person of high energy. I thought I was a positive person until I really met this guy here. And he exudes positiveness and positive attitude. You know, one of my favorite aspects of working in the United Way has been to have the honor of working with such special people, people that I admire for their selflessness, people that I admire for their goodness, the goodness in their hearts, and their power to give. You know, it is people like our campaign chair this year that inspire me. He really made all our effort and long hours and worrying all worthwhile. Working with him was really investment in time, and I think it was I learned so much from that time that we spent together. I and our entire board are so appreciative for his Herculean effort to raise funds during a pandemic, and really it is without further ado that I introduce you to our 2020 campaign chair, Matt Metzger. Welcome, Matt.
Hey, thank you, Tommy. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Loud.
All right, perfect. Hello, everyone, and thank you for sticking with us. And sorry for the technical difficulties, but it is 2020. And Tommy, I will get that check and envelope to you for all those kind words. That was very nice of you to share that. I owe you. So, what a year, 2020. Wow. A few years ago, when I got the phone call to meet for a cup of coffee from Tom Murtaugh and Jessica Redmond, I knew something was up as they were in their chair seats of United Way. And at that time, I wasn't sure what the commitment was going to be, how I would step in. But after some thought, I knew, you know, this is the spot I need to be in to help lead the campaign. Fast forward 2 years, and we're in the middle of a global pandemic. So I would have never, ever predicted that. But this community was unfazed by that in the spirit of fundraising, the spirit of stepping up. We've all been impacted. We've all been affected. We're sitting here wearing masks to stay safe. We've done that through the campaign, through this virtual world. We had technical difficulties in many of our campaign calls, but we fought through them with your help. So a great big thank you to the community. I'm just fortunate to be one person on the team that did so well this year. So again, you know, what a year. We faced layoffs and shutdowns, and our key campaigns didn't miss a beat. They were delayed some, you know, in that approach and in that delivery of what would have been a normal year, but we stepped right in, and it was an outstanding year. So very proud to be leading this campaign. Couple other comments here or folks I want to bring into the mix. I had the pleasure, you know, to lead a great team, but there are two individuals that joined the ranks of the campaign cabinet. First, I introduced Joe Howarth, our first vice chair. As Joe walks in the screen here. Hello, Joe. And we have Jim Smith, our second vice chair. So just share a few thoughts here and let Joe and Jim jump in. But, you know, as we have said, we all know the 2020 struggle could not have been made a success without the help of these two. We started off in April of how do we have a campaign? When do we start the campaign? And that answer after some discussion was pretty simple. Right now we move forward and we work together. And we did, probably over 100 virtual calls split those up. But honestly, it was a little easier to be available to jump on those calls, and we were able to work as a team to get through them. So to Joe and Jim, I'm very, very thankful for that. I'd like to share a couple successes, as we continue to move on. But first off, SIA campaign, the spirit of that campaign, the culture of that campaign, from the leadership, all the way down to all the associates, is absolutely unbelievable. Their campaign this year was different, but extremely, extremely successful. So SIA team, way to go. Absolutely outstanding year. So great job, SIA. Purdue Federal came through here at the last minute with an increase and actually rallied here in the last few days to provide a $20,000 additional sponsorship. So we were very grateful for that because we were chasing several dollars right till the very end here. As much as 300,000 came in today. So last minute campaign, and it was a last minute push. But thank you, Purdue Federal. Caterpillar, the culture of Caterpillar from top down is phenomenal. The group out there not only does and runs a great campaign, they're part of our cabinet, and you're going to hear and meet some of those names here in a few moments. But Caterpillar is extremely involved. So thank you, Caterpillar. Purdue, the Purdue campaign, the challenges on campus this year with folks back on campus, but are we remote? Are we in the office? Did an outstanding job. Their haunted history of horror, they were able to pull that off in a virtual world. So well done, Purdue. Sorry here, I have to keep grabbing my mask to keep it up. But so many more other campaigns were phenomenal, part of our success. Too many to list. Please pay attention and look for our annual meeting that will be coming up. We will be highlighting all those at the annual meeting. So, Joe, Jim, anything you'd like to add or share?
Well, Matt, thank you for your leadership. Truly, this year was very unique, as we all know. Our pandemic created the lack of an ability to have events and gatherings face-to-face. The virtual world took over, and I truly believe that this United Way team, and through Matt's leadership and participation from Jim and myself, we're able to do a tremendous amount of virtual calls on many of the companies around here, which helped make this overall campaign successful. The difficult part was the special events, when you can't have golf outings, when you can't have meatball eating contests, when you can't have gatherings of people and go face to face. It just doesn't have the same impact that it would have in a normal environment. So we've done a tremendous job, I think, and through Matt's leadership and the team at United Way, this campaign and this community really steps up and helps out when they need to. And my hat's off again to SIA, as Matt mentioned. They just had a phenomenal campaign, and thanks to Bob Falk and the team at Purdue Federal Credit Union for them stepping up at the last minute and making a wonderful, wonderful contribution to help in this campaign to get us to where we need to be. But truly there. So, Jim, I want to run over to you. You have some things you need to comment on?
I'll just add what you two both shared, that, many of us were so excited about entering the new year 2020. Not only was it a new year, but it was a new decade. We all had a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation what this new decade might bring us. Well, early on, as we all know, the excitement it brought us was not positive excitement early on with the coronavirus global pandemic. It's caused a lot of challenges to a lot of people in our community with daycares closing, schools having to pivot and go to e-learning. We've had employees laid off. Some businesses unfortunately had to shut down. We have senior centers closing. So a lot of stress in a lot of people's lives in our community. And, the last I saw, over 1,600 people applied for rental assistance this year. Almost 1,000 people had to call the Housing Instability Hotline, reaching out for assistance with utility bills. And 30% of the people using the food finders this year are first-time users. So just, again, those are some stats there, just kind of shows the impact that this coronavirus has had on our community. And, the United Way mission is to mobilize our community to improve lives and bring people together to help others out. And boy, I tell you what, with this COVID pandemic this year, more than ever, this is a year we really need our community to come together and rally around each other to help out those in need. And, like Matt and Joe said, they listed quite a few different businesses who really stepped up and made a huge impact. And just thank you, everybody. I mean, the that's helped out during this very challenging year. I want to definitely put a shout out to my teammates in the industry and union group there, Julie Cole at Subaru and Joe Marcoon and Bruce Brenneman at Caterpillar. The three of them and their businesses, again, ran phenomenal campaigns during this very challenging time. But thank you to everybody on this call. I mean, everybody on this call is on a call because they care. And I'm just so proud to be part of this community because Tippecanoe County is a community that cares, and it shows in the campaign that how successful it was this year. But thank you, everybody.
You know, Matt, we do have some wonderful things to be thankful for this year in the campaign. And, you know, we've got some great other members out there in the community that have done so much. And, you know, I think we would like them to have their message told at this point in time as to the campaign. So I'm going to turn it back over for all the comments coming in from our field.
You can hear it just a little bit. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty with the video. We're going to hang tight just for a second, and we'll be right back with you. Kofi, can you take us to the start screen for a second? We hear that you might be having some challenges with hearing the audio on that video. So we're going to do you a favor, and immediately following this live stream, we're going to post that video to our Facebook page for you to check out, and we'll also post it to the website. But I'm going to give a little spoiler alert. There may have been some people getting nominated to get a few pies in the face, and just another bit of a spoiler alert. There were a lot of great things said about you, Matt, during that video. And I really can't say enough about how much you've done in terms of pivoting for the community. And I know I've said that word a couple of times. It's going to be said even more times in that video as people describe just the excellent work that was done this year. We even had some demonstrations of what it's like for you to coach and to tell the kiddos how to pivot and then how that applies to the business world. I think we had someone on the video say, you know, you have to plant your foot and you stay steady and then you move around with your other foot. And that's exactly what I saw you do this year during the campaign. You know, you planted, you were steadfast. You're like, look, we're going to run this campaign no matter what. And we're going to do the best we can to continue to help folks in our community while constantly taking that other foot and moving around and apparently making it to every single organization in our community via virtual meetings and getting on Zoom. And, you know, we always say that each year the campaign chair is kind of selected before the year happens, and you don't know what's going to happen that year or what's going to come, but it's always the right person for that year. And I think we heard that over and over again as folks shared just how special you've been to the campaign this year, Matt. So thank you so much for your leadership. And I will be sure that you see that video before the evening is over. And also, all of you out there watching online, do not worry. You will definitely get to see all of the accolades that Matt has received from the campaign cabinet. And just also to our members of the campaign cabinet, you all have done an amazing job. These are volunteers in our community. A lot of times we get asked, where do the members of the cabinet come from? But they're volunteers that are going to work every day and then giving their personal time to help us bring the community together to help individuals that just need a hand up. So thank you. If you are part of the campaign cabinet, be sure to say so on Facebook. And if you see one of these good folks walking around in town, be sure to stop them. Don't shake their hand right now. Wait till after all this is over, but maybe give them a friendly wave. So there's Tommy.
Hi.
Hey, Tommy.
So let's just wait a second, because, you know, as the board president, I feel like we need to give the people what they want. And didn't we promise there would be a few more pies here today? I think so.
I believe we did. I'm gonna see what I can do about that. Just hold on one second. See if I can scramble up a few pies or two.
We're watching.
Okay, let's see. I think so. Part of that video was a list of people being nominated to get a pie in the face. And because, you know, Allie and I were working on it before, even though y'all don't get to see it, I'll get to kind of tell you guys who those nominees were. So here we go.
I got one special delivery.
Gross.
That's it, all melted. It's all melted waiting.
It's terrible.
There's a special message on the back of that plate for you, Tommy.
Okay. Thanks. Gotcha, Evelyn. Evelyn.
So, Tommy, they didn't get to see the video, but I believe you nominated Evelyn Royer to receive a pie in the face today.
Yeah.
She made sure to let us know that she was not going to do that unless we could put a pie in your face. So little did you know that all day today, while we've been chatting on the phone, I've been chatting with your wife about how to get some pies delivered there so that you could launch the whole thing.
It all melted.
That's, you know, technical difficulty.
My wife, Debbie.
I did my best.
Evelyn, you better thank her.
All right. So seriously though, okay, we are going to have some more pies, and there's a little bit of system to this pie reveal. But before we do that, we're going to hear a few words from our CEO, Michael Budd.
Hello, everyone. As has been said, this has been an amazing campaign year for us. We have seen members of our community rise to the occasion. when they were facing significant challenges in their own workplace. Many have stepped up and given extra or gone the extra mile, and certainly our campaign cabinet and our legacy companies have done that all very well. So we want to say thank you to everyone in our community and for the great work that they've done. And it may be thought that I forgot that I'm supposed to get a pie, but I promise you that my wife did not. And so she is here in the wings, ready to make me the next pie. So there we go. And she has a redone. So I actually have fresh cream in my pie. There we have it. Next pie.
So yeah, next up, let's see here. I think there was a nomination from Joe Harrison. And here's the deal. Since you didn't see the video, I'm gonna give you a quick recap of who nominated you. That would have been your dear friend, Megan Everly, the director of Purdue United Way. And she happened to say, hey, every morning at 7 a.m., I'm in this meeting and someone had an IU logo as their screen. Who was that? And I said, Joe. And she said, Joe, you get a pie. So come on up, Joe.
Good right here.
Yep.
Go IU.
I don't think that was in the script. All right, so let's see. Next up here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess it's me. So seriously, there's no way I'm taking a pie in the face and messing up my hair because it takes too long to do. Seriously, I was gonna pie myself. Oh. Amy O'Shea, I know where you work and I know where you live. Whew. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have Mark. Mark is a member of our resource development team. Step back. Or crouch down. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now.
All right, ready?
Mark's got a 9. How's that taste, Mark? It's actually pretty good.
Actually, pretty good. not bad, really.
Okay, so it's getting slippery up here. Evelyn, are you there? Evelyn, nominated by Tommy Soares to receive a pie in the face. Here we go. And that's the look of a good-looking board treasurer. I think you look better without the cream on your face. Thank you, Evelyn. Okay. Next up, we have Stephanie Hanslow. Stephanie is our Director of Resource Development, and she has worked so hard to help our volunteers stay coordinated. Do not slip. It is slippery up here. Be careful. You have to crouch down just a little bit. Okay. And so, Stephanie, you were nominated more than once, by the way.
Oh, no.
So I guess from asking all those volunteers to get out there and do the great work that they do for free, they just wanted the small little price of putting a pie in your face.
That's cool. I just need a list of names for after this. Okay. Oh. So gross. Okay.
All right. Can we get the total screen share running while this is going on? Thank you. All right, next up we've got Bob Hagan. Bob, are you there?
I am.
Okay, so Bob, I got to tell you something. We're talking about people who have been nominated more than once, right?
I can't imagine I'd be nominated more than once.
Your name may have come up 3, 4, 5 times. Can you even imagine why?
It might have something to do with Nerf guns and squirt guns at the last kickoff event we had, but I think I'm overly penalized for just making a little fun of the organization.
Well, I will say that there were a lot of folks that were not happy to be soaked when we were trying to keep it quiet during the kickoff filming. So Dr. Hagan here, who is oh so serious when he was campaign chair, showed up this year to our virtual kickoff in person, and he decided to bring a duffel bag full of squirt guns and Nerf guns that were shooting all over the background that you all didn't get to see in person. We all had a great time, but it earned you a pie in the face, so have at it.
Well, actually, I think Amy had a big deal of that. And Matt, just thank you again for all you did. As a campaign chair, you give up a lot of things with your family, a lot of things with your kids and your activities, and you just did a great. You've got mojo, and you have mojo 24/7. If anybody can get up at 7 in the morning and exert the mojo through all this, you got it. And I'm sure you learned a lot about Lafayette as I did in your years. And I thank you so much. And just because of that, I will take a pie in the face. Wow. That is not any fun. But next year, I'm going to have more Nerf guns and more squirt guns for everybody.
All right, thank you, Dr. Bob. Next up.
Are we looking for one more, Ebony?
What?
I think we got it. Ebony, thanks for taking another pie in the face.
I am the one that is supposed to plan the surprises here. This is not okay. I'll be seeing you all later. I'm glad I got my shower cap on. Okay. Oh, Joe. Mr. Joe. Where'd you go? Are you coming my way? Uh-oh.
Coming your way.
Anything you want to say before you take this pie in the face?
I'll say this. The benefit of serving with this team, and especially with the leadership of Mr. Metzger, has been wonderful here in 2020. Thanks, Matt, for all you're doing and all you've done so far this year to really set the bar very high for next year. It's wonderful to have your leadership and least then now try to walk in those huge shoes you wear. So thank you. And here we go. Am I good?
Okay, I'm still trying to catch my breath. Okay, so Allie, can you show us where we're at right now with the numbers? All right, so we've got one more number to reveal there. I don't think that's a 1, is it? It's a what? It's an L. It's an I from the Live United that was there before, right? Okay, so I mean, it looks like 1.7, but I don't think so. I think we need someone else to take this last giant pie in the face. The pies weren't really to embarrass people. What we said to folks is that this was a way to say good job to someone on the team, someone that's been dedicated, someone that's put in the extra hours and put in the extra work. And I can think of no one more deserving of a pie in the face than our campaign chair, Matt Metzger.
Hey, before I jump in here and we finish this out, another big thank you to our cabinet. Did a phenomenal job. They helped many campaigns increase their giving this year. with that, we talked about all year, touching more lives, helping more lives. Every dollar was important. The new dollars, the increased dollars in the Lilly Endowment, the match will really help us up to $500,000. So as we reveal this, thank you all to the cabinet. You made my job very easy. I'm just happy to be part of the team, and let's reveal that last number.
Woo!
So there it is. Maybe. There it is. Our final number that we will call tonight. And remember, we will still take donations, contributions, but $4,754,930. The Greater Lafayette United Way team, well done. Great job.
All right. So, Matt, again, we had a little bit of change in programming here. I would love to be able to show you a video. We'll save that for a little bit later for you to watch personally. And I'm off camera again. What a great job by our campaign chair, by this community. I'm always overwhelmed. I'm going to take the shower cap off. Is anybody else going to put a pie in my face? Will you warn me? Because if I get pie in my hair, this is going to be a whole nother conversation. All right. So, okay. So, I just want to say what a great job to this community. I'm always amazed every year to see those that step up and really give those sacrificial gifts. And we're talking about workplace campaigns that went on. So these are companies that do payroll deduction and allow people to give that way. We also have individuals that just give as individuals. And whether you gave $1 a week, whether you gave over $1,000, if you're one of our Vanguards, one of our Tocqueville donors, it takes every single one of those gifts to do what we do in this community. And we seriously cannot thank you enough for your contributions to United Way. I think we're going to bring back our CEO, Michael Budd, to share a few words.
Yes, thank you, Ebony. Thank you, Matt. What an amazing campaign. If you had any idea of the struggles that we have faced in being with people, I think tonight you just get to see it, right? We've all switched to virtual, and it's changed how we've had to do things. I'm actually at home because my family's in quarantine, so we got that thrown in our last week of the campaign as well for good measure. But I want to talk a little bit about why we do this. Why are we doing pies in the face? Why do we ask great leaders like Matt and Joe and Jim to help lead the campaign and celebrate as we do each year at this time? And we do this because there are people in our community that really need our help. And I think COVID has really highlighted that need in our community. We have individuals, as was said earlier, that are experiencing mental health, substance use challenges. Those numbers are doubling and tripling in our community. Food Finders needs has increased. If anything, what we do is more important today than ever, and it's always extremely important. And I think the cool thing about this campaign is that we heard from people throughout the summer and this fall that they would do everything they could. And obviously some places weren't able to do as much as they've done before. We expected that, but the final number, I think you'll agree, is just amazing. I saw somebody post during a COVID pandemic, we raised $4.75 million. That is incredible. I think that says what our community, how we come together. So I want to thank all of you for your support. Thank you for sticking with us and working through all the digital times that we've had to do, including tonight. But we have also for you tonight a couple of representatives from our partners to try to bring home why this matters. It's fun. The pies in the face was fun. But really why it matters is because of the work that we do and those that we're going to serve and help. So first we have Jason McManus from Wabash Center is going to talk. So I'll turn the stage over to him and let him share a little bit about why this matters.
Hey guys. Hi, Michael. I'm in my office still. I got my door locked. Seriously, if anybody comes in here with a pie, there's going to be a fist fight. No, first of all, hats off to Matt and the campaign cabinet. What an amazing feat in this really strange and kind of crazy year. So hats off to you guys. Hats off to the United Way. Let me just, before I tell you a little bit about the impact that the United Way has specifically on our organization, I just want to, first of all, say it's been my pleasure and privilege to serve as the agency chair on the United Way board. The United Way has done such a terrific job during this crazy time of keeping our agency group together, giving us a platform to express to each other kind of what our needs are, the things that have changed across our operations as a result of COVID, and really giving us a venue to lean into each other and rely on each other. So hats off, Michael, to you and the team at United Way for doing that. Obviously, it's been a challenging year. We serve a really vulnerable population. They've experienced many of the same things that you and I have experienced on a different scale. Our folks have, for a brief period of time there, were unable to come to the places and see the people that they're familiar with and that they deserve to spend time with. That was really hard on them. And we're just grateful to be a part of such a great community, and we're grateful for the support that the greater Lafayette area has had for places like Wabash Center and United Way. We couldn't do it without you. Want to give a quick special shout out specifically, just give you an example of a way in which the United Way has touched our organization aside from helping us financially. But Mark Withers, who's a resource development specialist at United Way, personally came here to volunteer his time to help us set up some permanent personal protective equipment for the folks that we serve over in our workshop. Just a great example of the great work that the United Way does personally and professionally.
Our agency, Nikisha, are you there?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Hi, guys. I just
Hi,
want to
Keisha.
thank you. I am new to the Lafayette community. I've been here about a year, a little over a year, as executive director of Family Promise, and I am an IU girl. But what I can say is that this community is super supportive, and that is one thing that I truly appreciate since I've been here, especially during this time of COVID. COVID really caused us to pivot. We are a shelter that provides a safe place for families that are experiencing homelessness. So when COVID first hit, one of the biggest issues was, how do people who are homeless shelter in place if you don't have a place to shelter? So with that being said, we have been in operation throughout this whole time, and we were able to actually receive some of the COVID funding from United Way, and it helped us be able to still operate, be it so in a different manner. So we had to put families in hotels for a while, so that we can do social distancing. But we just really appreciate the support from the community and United Way in our endeavors to make sure that families are still able to have a safe place to be during times like this. Even with this, we've been able to expand our programming. We usually just focus on shelter, but with the whole pandemic, we had to pivot. So we have been able to really embrace our national model of doing diversion and stabilization as well. So once again, we just say thank you to the Lafayette community, to the leadership at United Way, and all of our partner agencies just for being a sounding board throughout this whole time, for personal calls and emails to make sure that Family Promise is okay, not just our families, but our staff as well. So thank you all very much for your support.
So thank you, Jason and Nikisha, for your comments. You know, I think that it's a good point to say that in this last 8 months, our agencies have been really heroes in our community. And I don't know that they get that recognition sometimes, but they have gone above and beyond. They've tried to figure out how to provide after school when they had restrictions, how to still help their clients throughout all of the days. So our Cradle to Career commitment is still strong, and thanks to this campaign, we plan to continue to do good work in our community through our partners and other programs. So thank you everyone for a great campaign, and thank you to all of our funded partners for their great work. So with that, I turn it back, I think, to Matt.
Great. Thank you, Michael. To reiterate that, we very much appreciate our agency partners, all the work they're doing in a very challenging year, but it's not just this year that they shine, it's every year. So again, thank you to all the agency partners. Again, thank you to this community for stepping up and making this campaign a success. It really could have been a challenge that we knew we were facing, that we overcame, and it was all of you. So again, big heartfelt thank you from me to everyone who's involved, our cabinet, all the campaigns, to the United Way staff, to Michael, Stephanie, Mark, the whole team, everything that they did. Ebony, your work. I know we've had these technical difficulties here with the live virtual events, but it's 2020 and we're getting through it, and we're making it even better. So again, thank you all. I think Ebony, as we're about to wrap it up, to start to pass the torch to Joe. Is that where we're at?
Well, yeah. So we're going to pass the torch over to Joe for 2021, but you're not out of the woods yet. We actually had a few other video surprises planned for you, but I'll show those to you later as well, and we'll post some of that information as well. But we do want to say, we're calling the number today, but it's still an opportunity to give to the community. If you're watching and you haven't had a chance to give, you still have the ability to log on to uwlafayette.org, or you can actually text us because we're so sophisticated now. We're getting there. So you can text UWGL 2020. So you're going to text the number 1444. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It is 41444. That is 41444. You can text that, and you're going to put the words UWGL 2020 in there, and you'll get some information on how you can join the fight and help us live united. But we do have one more little video. We had a special guest that helped us kick off the campaign this year, and she just wants to share a few words with the community, and that'll be all from us here live at the studio. Be sure, like I said, to like the button on our Facebook page to catch all the videos that we weren't able to broadcast today. You can also check out our YouTube channel, where there's all kinds of content, lots of stories about the impact of the work that's been done in this community. And we hope to see you all at annual meeting.